it's Bondal and Jolly, and thank you for joining today's casual conversation. I am sitting with Debra Trappen, and I am so excited to have you today, Debra. Thank you for joining me.
I am so fired up to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
I have a feeling that a lot of our audience knows who you are, but for those of you that don't know Debra, she is an empowerment coach. She is an international speaker, and she also is heavily involved with CAR's Women Up movement. And I say movement instead of conference because I think what started as a conference really truly is a huge initiative and a huge movement in the real estate space. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But Debra, let's send our audience into the weekend with feeling empowered. And it's funny because when you and I were getting ready to start recording, I was saying to you, I am coming off of a really long, stressful, week. We've got all of this travel and this conference season going on. It's the fourth quarter of the year. So, working on business plans and budgeting for the new year. The holidays are coming, and it just, it's coming so fast and furious. And so you said, you know what, let's go ahead and focus on that because I hear that you have some really wonderful ways to empower our audience to kind of cope and deal with all of these things going on in our lives right now.
Amen. I sure do. And it really we're dealing with the same thing on this side. The conference planners, right? Sarah and I were just talking this morning. Oh my gosh, 2 weeks, so much to be done. And I think we're in a season that feels that way, right? I think every season can feel that way. And when we don't feel that way, we're like, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel so relaxed and at peace? So inside the firing up your Moxie space, which is really where I focus. And for those of you who've never heard me talk about Moxie, Moxie really is a combination of really being courageous, gracious, tenacious, and vivacious in everything you do. And this season, when you are feeling overwhelmed, when you are feeling like you are getting so many asks and there's not enough time in your day, there are a couple of things that have really helped me, that have helped my clients, that have helped my friends and my family over the years. The first is, who and what are you spending your time around? Like, what's surrounding you? Do you have champions surrounding you right now? When you do have a moment to have a cup of coffee or grab a glass of wine or take a walk, is it with someone who is speaking life into you, or is it someone who is sharing their list of woes? And not to say that we can't have real conversations with the people that are around us. It's really important, though, to make sure that everyone isn't doing that to us, because when we are taking on others' stresses on top of ours, it compounds our own, and it really does create a greater level of stress. So make sure that when you look at your calendar over the next few months, you are sprinkling in time with those people who make your soul sing. That whenever you leave, whether it's coffee or roller skating, whatever your activities are together, that you are smiling. Like, get those people on your calendar first. Make those your big rocks, in other words. And then the second inside that, what are you surrounding yourself with, is the words, right? I am a huge champion for affirmations, and not generic affirmations, but affirmations that really speak to who you are. Because we know through all of some crazy research out there that 80% of our daily speak, like our self-talk, that our voice, that voice we hear the most of any other voice on the planet, 80% of it is repetitive day after day after day. So if you're saying to yourself, I'm too busy, I'm not enough, I'm not this or that, every day, over and over, it's hitting you. It's
Oh
sitting
my
with
gosh.
you. It's creating an energy, right? So even when I say to you, Bondlin, I'm so busy, I've got so much going on, I don't have enough time, I'm not eating well, like I'm sharing with you this energy, right? But I'm repeating it to myself because I'm thinking about it before I actually said it. So now, even saying it, I've said it twice in my voice to myself. And so since we know that scientifically they've found that 80% is repetitive, and oh my goodness, are you ready for this? That up to 90% of that 80% can be negative, because we're looking, feeling, stressing in this season. If we are not careful, if we are not careful as we walk into Q4 and all of the holiday parties and all of the events and all of the conferences, if we're not careful, we're the one who is bringing in the negative energy because we're so exhausted. So make sure that you fill your life with great affirmations. I do a Monday affirmation every week, and it is so rewarding when a new person every week is saying, oh, I needed to hear that this week, right? Like someone out there needs to hear good word. So share it when you found really great affirmations yourself. Then the second is no. Use the word no and use it with passion and excitement. No is a complete sentence. It does not need a definition or an explanation. And the easiest way for me to inspire you all in a quick second on how to say no is when you get an invitation, I want you to ask yourself, does this honor my values? Does it honor who I am at the core? And second, are the people that I know I want to spend more time with in this season, whether they are friends, colleagues, clients, family, are those people going to be there? If you can answer yes to the fact that it honors your values and people you want to spend more time with that fill your soul tank are going to be there, give that a big yes. If it's no, give it a no and confidently walk away from that opportunity. Because if you're giving someone else's best yes, you're taking the opportunity for them to be in that room, for them to be on that committee, for them to be attending that conference or that class, because now it's full with people who have said yes when they should have said no. So those are my two biggies for release it, make yourself feel super empowered by those around you, the words that are around you, and take joy. Embrace the joy of missing out. Embrace JOMO over FOMO this season.
Oh my God, I love that so much, Deborah. And the whole time you're saying all of this, I'm thinking energy vampire, right? We always hear,
Yes.
that term, like, don't be an energy vampire, don't you be one to others, and don't allow, other energy vampires to be inside of your space. People that suck all the good energy out of you or suck the good energy out of a scenario.
Yes, and I love the term energy vampire, and I also have started really using vision vampire because especially as we are going to all of these conferences, we're getting new ideas, right? We're thinking, should I take my business to the next level? Should I open my own brokerage? Should I start writing my book? And if you are around people who are elevating your vision, who see it and want to walk alongside you in it, you have a higher chance of succeeding at that versus those vision vampires are like, well, do you have enough time? Are you sure you should? Gosh, I don't know why you do that. So again, it's super important to pay attention to those who's. Who are you with? What words are you reading? Amen.
So speaking of conferences, we are 2 weeks out from WomanUP, which will be my first time attending, and I am so excited, and I'm so honored to be one of the panelists with such an amazing group of women that I'll be on stage with. But you have the audience, so tell us a little bit about WomanUP. Give the pitch, and I'll share some links in the descriptions.
Oh, I would love to. So WomanUP is this California Association of Realtors initiative, and it has turned into a movement. So we started the conversation. Sarah and I and Leslie started these conversations in 2016, the fall of 2016, after she had traveled the state and realized she was one of the only, if not the only, female at the broker meetings. And so she kind of set out on this, is this anywhere else? And we were connected through one of my clients who is a member at CAR. And so we have been having these amazing conversations about how to empower women who currently are brokerage owners or executive leaders. So those women who tend to be the only woman at the table right now, but also bring to the table the women who haven't even maybe started dreaming that way yet. Or maybe it's kind of an idea, maybe they took a couple classes towards their broker's license, but they haven't really jumped in, and they're looking for a community of other women who have done it before them. So they're seeking the mentors and the education. And so those two groups are the big focus of the content. But we also believe in a really important third group, and those are our advocates. Those are the women and the men who are running thriving real estate practices, who don't have on their vision board to become a brokerage owner or leader. However, they want to be part of this journey with these women. They want to support them. They want to empower them. They want to encourage them. They want to be in the room smiling at them when they're on stage sharing this story, right? And so it's the business partners, it's the mentors, it's the friends of these women who are also part of the movement. And so we love to say that our table is inclusive and expansive. So we don't have 12 chairs and that's it. We love to add leaf after leaf after leaf, like bring it in. We love conversations, we love collaboration, and it's what has really created such a buzz around the movement now. And so this October 23rd is our pre-conference, where so many of our attendees over the last couple of years have said, we really want some more downtime. We want to be able to hang out, enjoy where we are, maybe have a glass of wine or take some walks, do some adventuring. And so Wednesday we have a whole group of attendees coming in to do some pre-conference experiences. We have a wine tasting event with Alicia Mondavi, like of the Mondavi family. She's coming
I will be there.
pour some fabulous wine, yes, and we'll have some nibbles, but she's going to be pouring wine out in the gorgeous San Diego air on the Coronado Island at the Point on the water. But we have a craft beer tour where we're going to be highlighting some amazing women in craft beer. Hello. And we also have a luxury real estate tour that's going to happen. And those are all 1 to 4. And then at 3 o'clock, for those people who maybe couldn't make it in early enough, we have Molly McKinley, who you know, and Christine George, who I'm not sure you've met yet, but she's amazing. They are going to be leading some beach breathing, meditation, stretching at 3 o'clock. Just outside of where the resort is. There's kind of a fun little beach walk that takes you right to the ocean to help everyone kind of set some intentions, to meditate a little bit, to breathe, to move from, the chaos of travel and work into the calm of the conference that we're trying to create. So we've got that. And then Wednesday night, we have a fun welcome reception. And then Thursday and Friday, as you know, are packed. Between those 2 days, are you ready for this? We have 70 speakers. 70. 7-0-7. 7-0. I still am like, what? And what I love about that is that so often Sarah and I hear, well, the reason there aren't women on the stage is because there are no women who want to speak. And we're like, we ran out of space. Like, we could have a whole another 2 days. Actually, we could go 5 days and pack the entire conference. We still have probably another 50 stories that are on our list that need to be told. And so those will be told on the blog, on the Facebook group, with Facebook Lives. I mean, there are so many women out there who have so many inspiring stories. And so that's what Thursday and Friday are about. Thursday and Friday are about hearing what WomanUP is all about. And that is these women, these magnificent women, and the bold men who walk alongside us and say, you can do it, yes, yes. And so we're talking about everything from how to thrive through mergers and acquisitions, how to collaborate with others, how to take the leap. Do you remember what your exact topic is?
It's exit strategy. So we're discussing planning for your exit strategy, because from a business owner standpoint, a lot of times that's sort of an afterthought. And so we're going to bring that to the forefront and talk about how to position yourself, moving forward.
And that's huge, with thinking and building and strategizing with the end in mind is something that we don't really talk a lot about in real estate, because real estate is kind of a lifestyle business, right? People don't actually think about retiring from it. And so understanding what their options are, what that looks like, that's going to be a fascinating conversation. And we also have inspirational moments throughout the day, right? We've got so many amazing women coming to talk about how they stepped into their own power, how they leaned into the power of one who they are and stopped worrying about what everyone else was doing. I'm going to give a kind of a second in the lioness series. I'm going to be talking about having the confidence of a lioness this year and what that means, and how I believe we can all lean into 2020 and step into being more confident. Because it's really interesting, you know, we do lots of surveys throughout the year, whether it's via email or on the Facebook group, and so often these women who are so powerful, who are so intelligent, they're brilliant and they're bold and they're brave. However, they all still feel like they could work on their confidence. And so there is something for everyone in the room, and there is something for everyone in the room to take home with them. We're also in the program this year, we're kind of inspiring some fun questions to not only ask yourself as you step into the conference, but to also help, especially those introverts in the world who are coming into the conference, who, you know, maybe know 2 or 3 people, but to give you questions to ask each other. And as well as Molly with Intentionalities is hosting a tea room. So like a space for the introverts to go and have conversation that's not in the loud bar. They can go into the parlor, you know, make a reservation to have tea Thursday afternoon or Friday morning. And so there's all sorts of really fun, different experiences that our attendees will have access to. And I'm so incredibly honored to be part of it, so proud to be part of it. And I'm so excited for all of the new women who haven't participated to step through those doors and feel the magic that is WomanUP.
Well, your energy is absolutely contagious. And not that I needed it to capture that, because I'm already so thrilled and excited to be a part of that conference. And I can hardly wait. I'm counting down the days. And Debra, thank you so much. I know you're crazy busy in planning all of this, but yet you said yes to me to take a few minutes and share some motivation with our audience and talk about WomanUP. And I appreciate it so very, very much. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I look forward to helping you share it out.
All right, and everybody, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Every Friday, we release new content. See you guys soon.
Woohoo!